Ginger Runner.
What is up, everybody? Ethan Newberry, the Ginger Runner, here for another Ginger Runner review. I surely can't believe it's October. Can you? We're back with the fun review from a brand that I haven't reviewed in a very long time, from INOV-8. It's the TerraUltra G 260. Fancy name for a shoe. I don't entirely know why it's been so long since I reviewed an INOV-8. I've had a couple pairs over the years that just haven't made it into my review rotation, but I gotta give it up to you United Kingdom runners for coming up with pretty much the most bomb-proof shoes on the planet. The TerraUltra G 260 is no exception, but this new shoe, in addition to being bright turtle green, has a couple of tricks up its sleeve. The TerraUltra G 260 touts a zero-drop, voluminous upper, graphene-enhanced outsole rubber, a Kevlar-enhanced heel, a rugged and durable upper, a reduced stack height, Xteroflow, Terra Adapter, a dynamic fascia band, G grip. As you can tell, I'm just spouting off the marketing terms that INOV-8 uses to describe the shoe. So really, it's up to me to decide if all that marketing hype makes this shoe worth it, or is it just a Ninja Turtle costume for your foot? Let's find out. In today's review, we're going to talk about all the things that I like and dislike about the shoe. As always, we're going to start with the things that I like. Durable. So, bar none, this is one of the most durable shoes I have in my lineup right now. I just haven't been able to get this thing to break apart at all. Despite logging a number of miles on the shoe, the rubber looks as though it's barely touched. The upper has no seam splitting whatsoever. Everything is holding together really nicely. Despite splashing through mud and various inclement weather conditions, the shoe's just holding up incredibly well. I'm very pleased with how durable this INOV-8 shoe is. And that has been the case with a lot of the INOV-8 shoes that I've run in the past. They just hold up better than anything else I have in my lineup. Ground feel. So the shoe has a low stack height and has a zero drop. One thing I noticed right out of the box is how much of the ground you feel. I know a lot of runners love that sensation. You love to feel the rocks and all the variations in the terrain that you're running over. So for those of you who do enjoy a very responsive, very tactile feel in your shoe, you're gonna love this because you're not gonna get a ton of protection or a ton of cushion. You are gonna get a lot of ground feel. And there's times when I love that. When you're running on softer surfaces, less concrete, gravel, harder packed dirt, that's when the shoe really comes alive and that ground feel sort of takes over in a pleasant way. Volume. So here I'm gonna talk about the upper a little bit. It is a bit wider in the toe box, which is nice, but INOV-8 has always shaped their shoes very interestingly. I mean, just compare the TerraUltra G 260 to the Mud Claw, which is essentially a ballet slipper of doom. The width of the TerraUltra is fantastic and actually works quite well with my foot. One thing I noticed is that there's a lot more volume vertically in the shoe, which does help when you are running longer distances and your foot begins to swell. It accommodates that fairly nicely. There's a little bit of stretch in the mesh material. The welded overlays keep everything tight and in. So overall, I'm actually pleased with the volume. I thought initially it would be too much and my foot would slide around in there, but it actually works out quite well. And I'll throw this in there, but build quality, yes, I mentioned that it's durable. The materials themselves are quite durable, but the build quality is second to none. I mean, I think they're really nailing all of the seams. The cohesion of the materials together makes for a shoe that really just won't come apart on you. And that's what I've come to love about INOV-8. And I know a lot of UK and Euro runners love these shoes, this brand of shoes, and they're putting it through its paces and aren't having issues as well. So durability and build quality are all very good things with the shoe. That being said, it's not all kick flips and dance parties. There are a couple of things I dislike about the TerraUltra G 260. Let's get on with those. The grip. So this is going to be the most controversial dislike with this shoe. It touts this graphene material built into the rubber outsole that's supposedly the toughest grip in the world. Just sort of disassembling that phrase. What does toughest grip mean? Is it the grippiest grip, the stickiest grip, the most durable grip? Nope, it's the toughest grip. I actually had problems with it. So any dry surface, whether it's gravel or technical terrain, the rubber is going to work flawlessly. Obviously, a lot of outsole compounds will work flawlessly, but the graphene noticeably held up longer, hasn't broken down a lot. But what I was surprised about is anytime I'd run on wet surfaces, whether it was concrete, gravel, mud, roots, rocks, the rubber began to feel like an ice skate. Even after about 50 or 60 miles breaking in this shoe, the rubber didn't change. It still felt very unstable. And I was really disappointed. I was so excited about the graphene material potentially being this new sticky Vibram, this new material that would be in lots of shoes and it's the next coming of grip. I was just really disappointed with the actual grip of this shoe. If you are going to be running in deeper mud, true slop, these lugs just aren't going to cut it. I'm glad they have something like the Mud Claw, which uses that same graphene material in the outsole with just giant lugs. But I see this shoe sort of being there ultra go-to or marathon distance or more, and I was just really disappointed by what I anticipated the grip to be. Laces, so now I'm gonna get nitpicky. I just hate round laces. They're like sausages and they take up a lot of space in there. They never feel secure when you tie that lace down. If they had round bubble laces, a lot like what Brooks does, that helps at least lock the lace lock in. Laces just drive me crazy. And weight, again, nitpicky. They tout it as being a super lightweight ultra trail shoe. The reality is it's close to 11 ounces, which I don't necessarily consider a lightweight shoe, and that they're marketing that way is a big surprise. They advertise it as being 260 grams. In my size 11, it's 312 grams. I get that most shoe manufacturers will weigh a specific size, usually 9 or 9.5, but that's a huge weight difference in not very many sizes. So at 11 ounces, I don't necessarily consider the shoe lightweight, though it's marketed as such. Just know what you're getting into depending on what size shoe you wear. And finally, comfort. The shoe just isn't really comfortable. If you are into a reduced, very responsive, lots of ground feel in a shoe, this is what's going to be for you. But if you're looking for anything that gives you some sort of softness underfoot, or a little bit more forgiving midsole, you're just not going to find it here. While I know there's a number of elites who wear this shoe and have done it so for long distances, as a regular runner, it actually took me a long time just to even adapt to the midsole or lack thereof and really get into the shoe and find where its perks and benefits lie. So not the most comfortable, which thus brings us to our conclusion about the TerraUltra G 260. I'm a fan of this shoe in very specific circumstances. So if it's a shorter distance, dry, softer trailed event, you're going to have a lot of fun in this shoe. I think it's great for ground feel, it's durable, great for larger foot volume. There are some benefits to this shoe. And just the product line in general, if you need something that gets you through those really sloppy conditions, something like the Mud Claw will work great in your favor. But I do find a couple of drawbacks in the shoe that does not make it a go-to grab for me in my lineup. I do like a bit more cushion underfoot. I like that for longer distances. So this feels catered to a very specific type of runner who likes a very specific feel underfoot. Let's get a bit more specific. So build quality, as I mentioned earlier, it is a big like. They are nailing the absolute build of the shoe. It's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. So just know that the dollars you spend on it are worth it from a longevity standpoint. The shoe will last you a long time. Comfort, I did not find this shoe super comfortable. I don't think it's meant to be. It's not one of their high cushioned runners. The midsole is reduced. It is a far more responsive midsole than many of you would be used to. And the graphene rubber is very unforgiving. So just know that this is going to be something that's not going to cradle your foot. You're gonna gotta work for it. Fit is better than I thought. So initially thought it was too much volume. After a lot of miles and really breaking in the shoe, that volume came in handy and I found it to be quite comfortable. Price at $150. This is on that higher end of the price spectrum, but that is because I think a lot of the marketing, a lot of the materials they're using, from Kevlar to graphene, you're gonna be paying a premium for those items. And finally, looks. I mean, I like bright colors. This is extreme. I gotta give it to him that there is no way you will ever not recognize the shoe on a foot. Yep, bright green Ninja Turtle, that's it, that's graphene. Gotta give it to them. Smart on picking a color that people will recognize. Bringing us to our final criteria is the TerraUltra G 260, a buy, try, or a why. This is actually more of the try/why, just because it is such a specific shoe for a specific market, and I'm gonna be curious what you guys think of the TerraUltra. Is this a shoe that you have purchased, would purchase? If you want to find out any more information about this shoe or get a pair for yourselves, in the description of this video, there is a link to Running Warehouse. It's an affiliate link. It helps the channel, costs you nothing. But I really want to know in the comments, what are your thoughts on the TerraUltra G 260? It's the first INOV-8 that I've reviewed in a long time. I know many of you have probably loved INOV-8 for years, and you're like, why did you review this shoe? Or you need to check out X, Y, Z. Let me know. I'm happy to read them, and we'll see what happens next. But that's it for today's review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like, favorite, and subscribe to this channel. YouTube.com/gingerrunner. Over there are social media links, plenty of those to follow with new videos and stuff happening all the time. If you want to support this channel for as little as $1 a month, you get cool perks on the back end, patreon.com/thegingerrunner. That is it. Happy October, everybody. GRGR 2019 is just around the corner, and I can't wait to see all of you participate. If you'd like to, you still can. Run grgr.com. That's it. Get out there, train hard, race harder, and part of the hardest. I know I am. We'll see you guys next week for more fun. Okay? Bye-bye.